This week, we discuss all that was AEW Full Gear. We make our picks for Survivor Series Wargames, and our gimmick of the week, the interview, is as forgettable as the gimmick itself. This is Squared Circle Spotlight.
I'm the architect building every segment clean. Got a plan for the pod, I'm the mind of the team. Keep the chaos in check when the mics go live. I'm the one making sure this madness survives. We break kayfabe, hit deep cuts of truth. Welcome to the ring, yeah, we bring that proof. Cowabunga kid, bro, I'm high on the vibes. Dropping random facts that don't even jive. That you know Macho Man played baseball once. Forget the topic, yo, that's part of the stunt. Singing so bad they circle the block, but the crowd still pops when I start to talk. It's Kathy, baby, got that punk rock soul. I'm cool with the stars, but I still play ball. Voice of reason in the circus of sound. I keep these fools feet on the ground. From backstage gossip to headline hits, I'm the friend to the famous with zero nonsense. Master of lunch, call me Charlie the Brain. Historian of pain in the squared circle game. Got hot takes burning like a steel chair shot. Dropping knowledge so deep you'll need a title shot. From old school vibes to new gym flair. If it's got a logo, I'll be rocking the wear. With a crew in the booth, dropping elbow true. From legends to memes, we bring the proof. Mic check 1, 2, let the crowd all sing. Welcome to the pod, step into the ring.
All right, we're going to start this week a little bit differently. We rarely talk about other wrestling organizations. There was a wrestling organization that wrestled very locally to us this weekend. That was AEW. So we're going to touch a little bit on AEW this week. Full Gear was in Prudential Center. One of us was able to attend at least. I wanted to go. I had pre-existing circumstances, so I couldn't go. And, you know, Jeremy's kind of far. So, but Kathy was able to go. So let's start off.
Sure
Kathy,
was.
tell us about your Full Gear experience.
It was good. I've learned that the trick is I followed you guys from SummerSlam. It's that last second StubHub search.
Yep.
We got really close. We were VIP, free food, the whole thing for like stupid cheap. Now it's kind of at a point now where like I can't ever not do it that way. Like that's just forever gonna be it. I give them a lot of credit. They really like probably the smoothest live show I've ever seen. Like they had everything switched in and out within seconds. Like they had the whole ring changed after all the bloody stuff within 3 minutes. Like you didn't even realize it was going on.
They had to work overtime.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot going on that night.
Yeah.
That's what we were joking before. Me and my husband were like, man, can you imagine going home to your mom and be like, yeah, I made it, guys. I literally wipe blood off of ropes. Like that's my job. How do you apply for that? That's my first question. All in all, it was a good time. I was disappointed probably with the two matches. One of the matches I was super excited about was Pac and Darby Allin, and I was super underwhelmed by that. I honestly think that Darby Allin might actually be hurt, but he'll never actually like go out. So I think they had to kind of tone it down a little bit. They didn't do much, and they're both very talented wrestlers, and I wasn't super impressed. But that and the Moxley fight, it just didn't do anything. Like they just were stabbing each other. Like there was no wrestling, and I expect that to a degree, but that was a bit much. But I would say my match of the night was probably it's a close tie with the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express because I love Jurassic Express. And I'm glad that they're back, but I would definitely probably give it to Briscoe and Fletcher for the match of the night. That was by far the best. Bloody. I know you guys don't like it, but I'm a fan. They did it the right way because they wrestled also, and there was ladders and barbed wire and all sorts of stuff. Kept everybody entertained. We unfortunately had to leave before the cage match, but I went back and watched it, and I was surprised that they switched the title to Samoa Joe, to Samoa Joe, but I understand why. If you watch it to see who comes back, spoiler alert if you haven't like watched any of it yet, Strickland comes back, so that's building that storyline for them. So I don't know. I think they took it off of Hangman Page too quickly, but I understand the storyline they're going for. But all in all, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I had a good time.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will say,
And I
I
haven't been live in a long, long time. And my husband even pointed out, like, you don't realize how much you depend on the commentary until
Yeah.
there's no commentary. And I had a little bit of a hard time at a couple times, especially because where we were sitting, like if they went over by the announcing table, I couldn't see what was going on. And we were just too close enough that I had to like do this to even see the screen on what was happening. And now that I've sat that close, when you guys were talking about SummerSlam, like when you're close enough that you can hear the impact, it
It's
over.
definitely, like I said, you can't go back from that. Like that's like
it's a wrap.
Broadway level entertainment that we got on a bigger stage.
Oof.
So
throwback right there.
Yep. But yeah, it was definitely, I would say that was my biggest, like, oh, I didn't realize how much you really like rely on what they're telling you as they're talking. It's been a very long time since I've been in person.
Yeah, like you said, once you're that close, you miss half of it because, like, if they go on the other side of the ring, you can't see it. You got a little bit of an angle, but not much. So yeah, you miss all that. But
it's good. It's pros and cons.
I will say, I did see 2 of the matches, and you talked about both of them. So the Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe match. I thought that, I agree. I thought that was a pretty good match. That was a fun match. Kyle Fletcher's super talented, so really like him. And I think the hardcore aspects didn't go super far. The only thing I'll call out is I saw this in highlights after, which I didn't realize during the match, that they put the screwdriver through the turnbuckle.
Yes.
And it was going to, that's intense. That was a little bit much, but they didn't do it.
Luckily, they didn't do anything with it. That was even the guy
Mm.
sitting next to me was there with his like teenage daughter, and he's standing there like with his hand over her face because he was waiting for it to get real gruesome real quick. Because of course, you know, you've got the fans in the crowd. They've brought that crowd to the stadium, and they're screaming some awful things. And I was like, yeah, this is not a kid show on a Saturday night. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that was a good match.
A different breed.
It's like hyped up ECW. It's a new school ECW.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And then I saw the main event. I wasn't too big on it. Again, I don't like the result. I like Hangman. I don't think it made. I get what you said. You said it already. Makes sense of what they were trying to do with what happened afterward. But Samoa Joe was bleeding 20 seconds into the match. If everybody bleeds in every match, it takes away from bleeding. It means nothing. And I really, really want to like AEW. Like I liked early AEW when it first started out. I think they have a great roster, a lot of guys that are underutilized, ton of talent. I think they lean too much into that. Again, I've said this plenty of times, but it feels like watching a snuff film sometimes. That whole card, everybody bled. So it felt a little uncomfortable.
The O'Reilly, the Moxley match, there was definitely, they didn't, like I said, they didn't really wrestle. They just were stabbing each other with random things. And I was like, all right, that's like
having
cool,
them
like,
back to back.
Yeah, back to back too,
You know, I will say this though, the AEW fan base, you know, how we say Cody's a better chaser than holder of the title. I think they feel that way about Hangman. And I think the money's in him chasing Samoa Joe, and then, you know, Swerve coming back. That throws a whole layer of intrigue in it. And I monitor sports books, and Samoa Joe was a minus. He was Hangman was a minus 1,200 favorite. I mean, that's crazy. So, you know, nobody thought Samoa Joe was going to win that match. And I always love it when they can, you know, they could outguess the wrestling fans, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if
Yeah.
they watch it. Like, I always think about that because, like, in regular sports, obviously there's more variables, but like, I always wonder sometimes if the writers are paying attention to
Yeah.
see if they want to like pull the carpet out or not on people. I mean, they were smart, they would, but
They
probably
could
not.
gamble on it too, right? There's
Yeah,
nothing
I
against
think so.
so they could just make bank off
Whatever
their
they
own
want,
booking.
yeah.
Yeah. Well. All right. Well, that was Full Gear. Try and dip a little more into AEW because there's a lot more. There's a lot going on, so we'll try and touch on that a
We'll
little
have
more.
to
I
check
think.
it out.
Yeah,
a
But
the
little bit more.
women's, that's and the other thing we noticed is like I remember in the beginning, the women's was their biggest gap. They had zero talent that really was any good. I would say the main event for the women's was actually worse. Was it Mercedes versus
yeah, Chris
I always forget her
Statlander.
name.
Statlander.
Yeah, Stratland. It was silly. Like they just I mean, I give it to her. I can't ever unlearn their original name. So Sasha Banks, I give it to her for, was it the suplex or whatever she did like 18 times. Like, good for her. That's rough. But why? Like, why? We wasted 10 minutes of
Wait,
just
can I ask you?
that.
Can I
And I
ask
was
you,
like,
Kathy? Can I ask you a question? Live reaction. Yeah, I'm with you. I can't get over the original name.
yeah, can't undo it.
But they paid a lot of money for her, and they pay her like a
Mhm.
top star. Did
Yep.
the crowd? Did they pop for her? Was she treated like a star, or not so much?
They didn't lose it for her, but they were happy to see her. I mean,
Yeah.
even, I would actually say towards the end of the excessive, I'm always terrible with the names of things. Whatever I said. Wait. By the end of it,
she
I think
did.
everybody
Yeah.
was cheering because they were because that's hard. Like, not because of what it was bringing to the table, but because of the fact that, like, oh, good for you that you did that fucking 18 times, like, or whatever the number was.
Yeah, I still had a suplex.
Yeah, it was
suplex city right
definitely
there.
rough. Yeah, like, that's why I was like, oh, I've seen this before, but just in the male world. I loved her in WWE. I think her
Suplex
whole
suburb.
entrance was like, it was weird. They had the guys lining, random dudes like lining the walkway with all her belts and stuff, which was cool, but I don't know. I feel like they gave her more of a pop in WWE than they are here, and they're trying, but I don't know if it's a budget thing or whatever it is. But
That's what I read a lot online. That the crowd is pretty dead for this match, which
yeah,
is surprising.
very.
Because
We actually ended up leaving like halfway through it, because that's when we were like, it's 12:30. Like, we need to go home.
I mean, the card just, we're recording on Sunday night. The card ended like 15 minutes ago. So,
yeah, no, wild.
But
I got
yeah,
things to do.
yeah, it was a long card. All right, we're going to shift gears a little bit, and now we're going to jump into what's coming this weekend. So we're going to talk about Survivor Series and War Games. We're going to make our picks, but before we start making picks, I want to raise a question that came up in our group chat. Just kind of, what are your feelings on War Games over traditional Survivor Series matches? Because it seems in like the last 4 years now, kind of shifted away from Survivor Series and purely into War Games matches. So I've got some thoughts. I've got some thoughts specifically to this card too, but let's start there. So Charlie, you raised the question. So
all right, so traditional Survivor Series format, the 4-on-4 team versus team elimination versus the War Games. I can't. If I had to pick one, I'd pick the 4 versus 4 old school because I guess out of it being reminiscent of my childhood. But there's some pros and cons to each, right? So the War Games one, you can it was the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline, or this time it's like the Vision versus the CM Punk squad, right? So you can build up real factions that have like a hate against each other, whereas the Survivor Series, it would just be like, the Royal Team or Hulk's Brigade or whatever they were called, the $1 Million Team, just random people. But the pros with that is you could showcase somebody. You could have them, a surprise like Bam Bam Bigelow at the first Survivor Series. He was the final. Hulk Hogan got eliminated. Bam Bam Bigelow won that, kind of making him a star. The War Games match, there's always going to be a lull, right? So the team that has the advantage, and this is my thing about the War Games, the team that has the advantage, they get it, they kind of beat down the guy, and then there's a lull because the match can't end until everyone gets in. With the trad Survivor Series, any elimination can end at any time. So that's a little bit more exciting. But okay, here's where now the point, it gets a little bit tricky. When they started doing the brand split and it became brand versus brand, I kind of lost all. It didn't matter. SmackDown versus Raw, who cares? It wasn't. We weren't fighting, about it. What brand supremacy? What does that mean? What does that matter? Like it kind of lost a lot of its mojo, especially being a Big Four pay-per-view. So I am glad they shook it up with the War Games thing, but Survivor Series is an annual tradition. It's the annual Thanksgiving tradition. I wish they would bring it back. Elimination, 4 versus 4, single elimination, and yeah, sorry, War Games. Kathy.
I
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jeff.
I was just gonna make one point on the brand versus brand. I actually like the brand versus brand. I'll get into it on my time. I liked it. I liked it. I agree. It was meaningless, but I liked it. Go ahead, Kathy.
Yeah, I have my pros and cons also. The one person at a time thing, I hate that lull. I hate that drag out. It can be, I mean, it's just the Royal Rumble, but smaller is really where it gets kind of annoying sometimes. I also hate that it's one pinfall or submission. Like
Right.
everybody's in the ring and it only takes one. That I find that to be kind of a waste. And there has to be a really good feud. Like you said, like if it's just people fighting people, it's kind of useless. That's always why Survivor Series was so good, because it finally brought all these big stories to a head and they had to hash it out, especially when they used to do it was only submission or surrender. So like back when that was the rule, that was when I thought it was definitely its peak, because you have to give up. Like there's no question on who wins that. But and I like, obviously a cage always brings a fun storyline and some fun moves and some crazy things to watch. But I think I want to go back, at least go back for a little while. Like make the War Games when there's this crazy storyline.
Right.
But I think the primary should be original Survivor Series.
It feels.
Can I
rushed,
give
you're
a quick?
saying.
Can I give a quick compare? Like Hell in the Cell. Hell in the Cell should not be an annual event. It should be built
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
a blow off of a epic feud. That's what War Games should be. It should be the blow off of an epic feud. Not let's
And go back
every
to
year let's
original,
have a
like I
War
said,
Games.
submission or surrenders. That's it. Like that's where you hash out whatever it is, and that's it. This doesn't need to be the new thing. I mean, they've had some major things. I like the Rumble aspect of it, or the Gauntlet, whatever you want to call it, where like there's surprises. Like Punk came back. That was his first comeback recently, when they started. I think they had that's when they had first started doing it yearly, and I think they got it confused with the fact that people were excited about War Games with the fact that people were excited that Punk came back, and here we are 3 years later still doing this whole thing.
Yeah. You guys kind of said everything I was going to say, so I completely agree. I think it makes sense when the story makes sense. Completely agree with that. I think there's a War Games match on here where that does not apply. I think one of them kind of, one of them doesn't. And yeah, same thing. I'd love to see him go back to traditional war games. Or not traditional Survivor Series. Maybe even like do one where they did the original Survivor Series idea, where like the survivors from each winning team went to a
Yep.
match later in the night. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. It
The
probably
Ultimate
wouldn't make
Survivor.
much.
I like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't make much sense story wise, but whatever. It's still fun. Be cool to see at least once or twice again. But yeah, I'm more traditional story, Survivor Series, because like you said, Charlie, like Hell in a Cell didn't need its own pay-per-view. Extreme Rules
Right.
didn't need its own pay-per-view. Let's have the pay-per-view
It's when
if
the
it makes sense.
storyline warrants. I agree.
Exactly. And NXT was doing it for a little bit too, and they used it strategically. So I think that makes more sense. Jeremy, I know you're new to War Games, but any other thoughts on
Yes.
it?
No, I mean, I'm interested to see how it pans out for the first time because I've never actually seen it in this style. I just started watching and being more current with wrestling recently, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. And hey, maybe we'll revisit it and then I'll give my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeremy,
one thing.
you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Like it's a spectacle, right? Seeing the two rings together and the big cage. I mean, if it's your first time watching it, it's cool as hell. I'm
It's
not gonna
cool,
take
yeah.
that away from it. You know what I mean? But if I had to pick, I would go with the traditional uh, Survivor Series. But
Yeah.
Jeremy, I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to
Looking
get
forward-
amazing matches either way in a War Games match. It's just a matter of, do you want the amazing War Games match, or do you want something that maybe makes
I
a
want
little
the
more sense to
storyline
Survivor
where
Series?
it's appropriate,
Yeah.
honestly. I always like that more. I look for the storytelling and the quality over the actual, like, I hate when it's rushed.
Yeah.
And you could
You'll
clearly
see
tell
It's
they
some
always
rushed
fun.
this.
Like Rumble's always my favorite. Every
Yeah.
year that I would say if I had to do a pay per
Bringing
view,
back random people.
They bring back people, but I like that you also don't know who's next. Like everybody,
Mhm.
like
Right.
the next person comes, like
Yeah.
gives that kind of an exciting thing. But at the same time, like you said, the lulls of waiting that 3 to 5, it's not even a consecutive amount of time either. Like they kind of vary from 3 to 5 minutes, and you're just kind of waiting to see
Well, because in the Rumble
what's
too, like
happening.
somebody can come out and they can get eliminated in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
With War Games, nobody can get pinned. You have to. Everyone's got to get in. You can't
Yeah.
end the match. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you've got like 30 minutes before the match actually
Yeah.
even starts.
Right.
So which is
Right.
crazy.
Yeah. And can you
Kinda
imagine
like
that part? Like at
Elimination
least with the
Chamber?
Rumble, you can like
Yeah.
fall under and like hide in the
Mhm.
up against the banister and like do stuff. Like you're in a cage, you're stuck there for that amount. So good, props to whoever's first every time because you're in there for the whole time, unlike you are with like Rumble or Gauntlet or
Yeah.
anything. Where you can hide
You're
and
gassed
rest
at
for
the
5
end.
minutes.
Right.
So hopefully Uso is not number one here this time because we're gonna have
I
a
think he has been
rough
the
match.
last 2 years. Jey Uso was first in that one of the Bloodline War Games matches. Might have been both of them, actually. Jimmy or Jay were first in both of them. So,
He might have
Fun
a
fact.
stroke in the ring at a young age if he does
Yes,
that.
it's like
what if it's Brock?
Jesus.
Brock is in this year. What if Brock's the first one? He's going to
Oh,
be dead.
I think
No,
he's
no.
already got that written in his agreement not to be in there that
think-
long.
yeah, not
I
allowed.
think it's got to be Braun. Braun's the first one.
Yeah,
They get
yeah.
the
Yeah.
advantage, and then it's they bring out Breaker. I would like.
Well, we'll get into that. We're about to start there. So let's jump right into our picks for War Games. So we'll start with the men's match. So we got, I'm just naming them Team Punk versus Team Vision. I don't know if it's Team Punk, Team Cody, Team Roman. You got 3 big names in there, but I'm saying
It's Team Punk.
Yeah.
It's Team Punk.
Always.
Team Punk versus Team Vision. So, as a refresher, Team Punk is CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and the Usos, versus Team Vision, which is Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre / McIntyrian,
There
exactly.
Tyrion.
Logan Paul, and Brock
The
Lesnar.
Highlander.
So we're going to start there with our picks. And Jeremy, you didn't really get to give much on the last topic. So Jeremy, you start us off with your pick.
See, I'm a toss up on this one, but I don't even know what makes the most sense for the storyline because it's got rushed.
Well, there's a
and
lot of different
everything.
ways you can go, so you got to predict
I
what the storyline's going to
know.
be.
Come on, you were bragging. You're all caught up now. You're actually
No, I
like
know.
involved.
That's why it's harder.
We need some
leaning
input.
towards
Educational input
Division
here.
and Braun Breaker push.
That's respectable.
I think that's what's going to be happening in this one is they're going to finally give him a big push on this to make him more relevant towards the title because that's what they've been trying to build it up with, and that's what Heyman does with people. They push him to that level. I mean, it's faster than they expected, but with Seth going out and having to speed it up, I think they speed up him getting pushed. I don't think they do the tag team with the Usos, but that's also another one that I'm wondering is if you go Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker against the Usos and bring that feud back. So that's...
Well, who are you picking? What's your pick?
Yeah, final.
Oh, now that makes me want to go to Team Punk.
You just said Team
3,
Vision, now you said
2,
Team Punk.
1.
Last
Team
pick.
Quick
Punk.
reaction.
Team Punk.
Wow, you
Yeah,
went
right.
a 360
Oh.
on that one.
Yeah.
I think you
I
get
guess.
more storylines going on with Team Punk than you do with Vision and Pushing Breaker
Right.
that have
Who's
more
up?
gumption. So, Kathy.
Yeah, it's against everything I am as a person, but I'm gonna go Team Vision. I just think it makes more sense, and it puts Cody back in that chasing role that everybody wants him in, and Lesnar's too big to take the L on this one. So, Charlie.
Not to
Maybe
sound like a
Reigns takes
parrot,
the
but
L. And he hits
yeah,
back-to-back big L's.
no, Lesnar's not losing.
Give him
Especially
2
the
big
way
L's to Roman Reigns.
No, especially the way he kind of rolled out to Roman on Raw last week. Division's gonna win this match. I hate Logan Paul. I know this sounds horrible because I'm a Christian stuff, but
God.
I hope he suffers a terrible injury during the match. And
I think
it's like
that's a...
super jacked now too. Like I hated it, and now he's got like 20-inch pythons. Fuck. But Vision for the win. I don't want him to win. You know, I would like to see
same.
Punk, you know, hit the GTS on Logan Paul's stupid face. But no, I think the Vision's gonna win. Joe.
Yep, I'm going to keep that trend going. I'm going Team Vision. I think it makes more sense for them to win. I agree with what you said, too. It's hard to see Brock losing 2 in a row. And then I also think you're going to see dissension in Team Punk because you got Punk, Cody, Roman, all who will probably main eventing WrestleMania. So this is going to start that build to that. There's going to be something there with them. And we'll also probably see something with Jimmy and Jay in there, which kind of makes that team fall apart. So, yeah, I'm going
Punk
Team
needs a story. He needs a
Yeah.
story now that Seth Rollins is gone, so they got to build something.
Exactly. So it'll probably be with one of those guys. Well, not Cody, because Cody's champion, but maybe Roman. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Because that's unsettled. You had the whole thing with Paul Heyman between the two of them. That's still unsettled. So you got Roman and Punk, a story that still needs to be built. Maybe that's built there. So I'm going Vision. Jeremy, you probably should have went with your first pick.
Yeah, your gut.
It's because of the other one that I'm going
Locked in.
Punk end.
I mean, you could get it
It's
right,
it's
and then
written.
we all got it wrong. You get a
Yep.
win there. All right, so we're gonna go into the next one, which I am calling
That's some sound
Team
reasoning.
Rhea
Thank you.
Team Rhea versus Team Naya or Asuka. I'm not sure. We'll say Asuka. Let's say Asuka. I like that
Team
better.
Kabuki or Bukaki.
Team Bukaki. So Team Rhea is Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee versus Nia Jax, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Lash Legend, and Becky. One of those people feels out of place. But those are your two teams. I went last, so I will pick Charlie. You started off.
I think this is one of the easier picks. And I think it's Team Ripley. I just don't see how they lose. I mean, they're pushing the Charlotte. By the way, could we comment on Charlotte's wardrobe for a second?
Jeremy already did this week.
Quite a few
Oshkosh
times.
bagosh. What does thing?
Looks like she
I mean,
raided her mother's closet as like a preteen chick.
Yeah, I know they're trying to
BDSM
make her
stuff.
like trying to like appeal to the masses, like, you know, she's not this nepo baby snob. But I don't know how I feel.
It looks like something the Spice Girls would wear.
Yeah. Rhea and AJ, I like a lot. I can't see them losing. I don't think AJ comes back to lose. Yeah, so Team Rhea.
Yeah.
Jeremy, why don't you get good picking?
See, this is the reason that I picked CM Punk. I actually think that it's going to be the Team Bukkake. I think they're going to
Nice.
lead on the Kabuki Warriors with her win streak and run that through Survivor Series. And I also think that maybe they build up the story with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch a little bit more, so you have a little bit more relevancy with Becky winning in an aspect to bring AJ Lee storyline into the sunlight a little bit more.
Okay.
Because what if she beats Becky again, and like she's beating her every time, then that, like, why does that keep being brought up? So I'm thinking that you're going to have to let her win one here and there. Why not here where you're not going to see it coming? And I don't see two heel factions winning really in a sense in
That's
this
a good
thing.
point.
That's why I went with the CM Punk one on this one. That's where I was more sided on the female one, where I was going to say they're going to win.
It's a very well thought out answer. It's not
Jeremy
rare that I
making
say
good
that.
points.
Told you I'm watching now, so I actually pay attention.
All right, who's up next?
Kathy.
Always me next.
Yep.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think I agree
Oh, I
with.
bet everybody disagrees with me.
Oh, I agree with Charlie on the AJ Lee storyline. Like, she's another one like Lesnar. I just can't see it.
But with Becky every time?
I don't know. I just can't see it. I cannot see other than
But I
Becky.
got that going in your brain now.
Other than Becky, though, I can't really. There's nobody else that there's really this crazy story with. We've been doing this Rhea Ripley, Kabuki Warriors, Io Sky thing for so long, and that's pretty much we're over that. Like, we're done with that. I think it's just building. I think Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are building that best friends thing, and AJ Lee is just
What
doing
if they
fantastic.
actually break up here?
Let the girl make her pick, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
He's raising good questions,
I'm gonna stick there's definitely going
like, it's
to be
too perfect for them now. I feel tension building up for them.
Well, especially was Charlotte Flair. I didn't have time to watch this week, but Charlotte Flair, she pulled out and then joined
Yep.
again. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
Came back with a
definitely
kendo
gonna
stick.
be some kind of drama. There's gonna be some kind of an issue. I don't think it's gonna be a team swap, but I think there's definitely gonna be some inconsistencies and blame and finger pointing and all sorts of things. So,
Charlotte
but I
Flair's
still
better as a
think it's
heel.
gonna be. Oh yeah, but I don't think she's gonna join the other team. I think she's just gonna say, "Fuck you guys!" Like, I'm
Frazier
too cool
shit's
for
happened.
this. Like, So I'm gonna stick with Rhea. Team Rhea.
right.
And Joe, you're up
So that's me
again.
again.
Last.
So yeah. This was the match I was referring to earlier when I said there was one War Games match that a War Games match didn't make sense. This was it.
Right.
This feels thrown together. Like
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
we needed a women's War Game match, so we're gonna do this. You pulled up Lash Legend from NXT to just fill a spot. Now she's
Exist,
best
yeah.
friends with Nia. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go Team Rhea.
Is that a stereotype again that WWE sits up on?
Yeah, I'm going Team Rhea. I don't know where any of these stories go other than maybe like Charlotte and not Charlotte, AJ and Becky is going to continue. And I'll disagree with Jeremy a little bit. I think face Charlotte. She's been really good as a face. She's gotten over. She came back and she was getting booed out of the building. Fans like her again. So props to Charlotte for getting over as a face, which is hard to do. So yeah, give me Team Maria, I guess. I say that uncomfortably, but yeah.
Uncomfortably, yeah. Because there's no certainty in either of them at this point.
Exactly.
So it's
At
a little
this point,
harder
I
to
say
try to
it's-
I
make
would
it
say
make
it's
sense.
a toss a little.
Yeah.
First match, if I'm right, and we know I'm right on the other one, probably.
If you, I wouldn't say
Alright.
that. We'll
Take
see
it
what
easy,
happens.
Oracle.
Clearly not. If we all pick something else, I find that to be a little hard to agree with.
So there's two other matches on the card, at least as of now. So we have the women's IC title match. You got Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella, who couldn't say Stephanie Vaquer's name when she first came back. If we remember that, it was Stephanie Vaque. Shout out to a botch.
Isn't she Hispanic? Which is even
Yes.
funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is Nicole Garcia, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll start with this one. Let's go. Kathy hasn't gone first. You start us off.
There's absolutely no fucking planet that Nikki Bella wins this unless they decide to
Thank you.
like just push it, and for whatever reason they push her. I don't think it would be a pay-per-view, but Vaquer 100%. She is on the top of her game right now, and if they do, I will riot. I don't know about anybody else, but I will fucking riot. Joe, keep you off the bottom here.
I want to win. So in normal situations, I might say Nikki Bella to pick the underdog, but no, I want to win this time. So I'm going Stephanie Vaquer. I can't see Nikki Bella win unless Brie Bella comes back and interferes or
Oh,
something.
please, God, no.
I don't think that happens, but yes, Stephanie Vaquer. I think it's pretty easy to pick here. Let's go, Jeremy.
I'm going to go with the one that actually can wrestle, so that's going to be a quick one, Stephanie Vaquer. I've seen
Jeremy
what
just
Nikki
likes
Bella
her
can
butt.
do, and that's awful. It's god awful. I hate that she's even back. I really just wish they would find somebody else. Charlie?
Yeah.
I'm looking to win here, not make friends. Stephanie, sweep it. I'm with Kat. I can't stand Nikki Bella. Yeah, unless we hear the terrible, horrific, trauma-inducing sound of Primo. Nikki's not winning. Okay. This
I
is
can't
my
believe
layup
this is
of
a
the night.
freaking pay-per-view match. Like they gave her,
Yeah. Right?
so they obviously they'll give her something eventually. I just don't think this is it.
I just
I mean,
know
I
every
think Nikki-
time
was so
Stephanie's on,
rushed, too.
Jeremy texts me something slightly inappropriate about her finishing
Shocker.
maneuver or the camera
Is that whose
angle.
butt you said you were bummed that that
Yes.
Raw was awful because you didn't see her
Yes.
butt or something? Yeah, okay. I didn't remember who it was, but I do remember the.
She's actually
comment.
like a very talented wrestler.
Yes, she
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
She is. I actually saying that she's a good wrestler. She just has great assets.
Assets, got it.
I'll say one last thing too. Nikki Bella, I think, is happy just to come back and get a paycheck, so I don't think
Yep.
she minds
Yeah.
losing
Yes.
these matches. So yeah,
I called that as soon as she was back. She is going to be.
I would love a
serial
quick
jobber
squash.
for the rest of
Yeah.
her career.
yeah. All right, and then we have the last match. We got John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio in an Intercontinental title match as well. Let's see who went last. I just forgot. Kathy, I think
I went last.
Charlie, you went last. Go ahead and pick. Who goes?
I pick who goes or I pick who wins?
Pick who goes.
Well,
Start.
I win.
Okay.
Because you were last. We're pick off where you go.
Catherine.
I'm gonna go Dom. He's in his last 30 days. I think this is when he starts handing things over. And unless he wants to leave with all the titles and all the things. But I think this is a win for Dom. Again, he's another one. He's at the top of what he's doing right now. And he is seen as an old school guy that will hand it over. So I think it's Dom. I'm going to go to Charlie.
Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom. Yeah. It's in San Diego. The crowd's gonna be off the chain. Showing my age there. But for Dominic Mysterio, I know Cena's got much love, but yeah, Cena's a company guy. I think he gives the title back to Dominic Mysterio for the win. Joe.
All right. Yeah, I'm going Dom. He's again in his home city, San Diego. He's performing in the greatest baseball ballpark in the MLB, as pictured right up there. Petco Park.
Oh, that's why you're biased here.
I'm going Dirty Dom. I could see a world where John Cena wins and then loses the title in his last match for that tournament. It gives something to that tournament. So,
Come on,
but I
Jeremy.
still think
That's what
I still
the
think
only
Dom
reason why I
wins it
think
here.
he could win.
No, that place is going to erupt when Dom wins.
I
So I'm going
know.
Dom. Jeremy, you're
I
welcome
don't
to
think
pick
they have the title
John Cena.
carry on to the final match. I don't think he has it there. I think it's just a good match. I don't see him passing on the title in that match. I think it's handing off back to Dom. He's going to do something sneaky. He's Dirty Dom. Something that they probably cooked up that you haven't seen really, but it's going to be out of an Eddie Guerrero playbook probably. So, yeah, I'm unfortunately going Dirty Dom.
All right. Well, it looks
Although
like it's all
nothing
coming
more
down to the
CC to win.
tiebreaker. All coming down to the tiebreaker because for the most part,
gonna
unless
already
Jeremy
win.
is all right.
Jeremy's got the one
right.
match.
Then
Yeah, you're the only one.
yeah.
I'm the only one that sees
for
this
the
happening.
Tiebreaker. This tiebreaker
For
is
the
going to be important.
tiebreaker this time, we're gonna do pick who is the last person to enter the women's war game match. So let's go. It's been a little while since we've done a pick. I think it was WrestlePalooza, maybe. So I don't remember who won. Charlie, I think, won. So Charlie, go ahead, and you get to pick first in the tiebreaker.
I'll say to come out last.
To enter the War Games match last.
Okay. AJ Lee.
Okay.
Jeremy.
AJ's off the board. Who's up?
I'll let Jeremiah get one.
No, I'll take Becky then.
Damn it. Who's
we
going,
both
Jeremy?
cursed you out, so
Kathy.
like now you're in the hot seat. Okay, thank you. You're not in the hot seat anymore. God, who's left?
So,
I will go Charlotte. I'm not confident in that at all, but I'm gonna go Charlotte.
Yeah, I think the number 1 and number 2 picks were taken off the board pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
I'll go for health reasons. I'm going Nia. I don't think Nia can go a whole War Games match. So
she ain't built like that, bro. The rest of them built a little different. Let's just say that.
She's not like most girls.
There you go.
She's a woman.
Right. Those are our picks. The picks are in. We'll find out this Saturday who wins. And we'll have a stipulation. We're going to do it a little different this time for stipulation.
Oh,
we're looking to do a super show in the coming weeks where we're going to do it in person, in studio. We want this one to be a little more of a surprise. So the loser will not find out their stipulation until next week after The winner is crowned, and the winner will pick the stipulation. So we're leaving it to that. So tune in next week to find out what that stipulation will be and who our winner is. Jeremy looks like he's
Not
ready to go
Jeremy.
to India. All right. Those are our picks. We're going to get into our gimmick of the week. We have our gimmick in-house today. And let's welcome to the show the Goon. Charlie, take us away.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Well, first of all, how would you like me to refer to you as? Your real name, Cowboy Bill Irwin, which you went by, or the Goon, which I don't know who you got that name from, but how would you like me to refer to you as?
I want to go with the one that got me banned from all the hockey leagues. The Goon.
That's a good one. The guy, because we're gonna have a question on that. But Goon, you did start off as Wild Cowboy Bill Irvin in WCCW. My question to you is, when you fell up was hockey always the backup plan, or did you always want to be a hockey player but then decided to be a wrestler? What was the transition?
Well, the transition was the WWF was actually doing kind of blue collar gimmicks, so we went with the Goon, hockey player. It was one of the ones I kind of threw out during that Attitude Era.
That really doesn't answer my question, but okay. So it says here you were banned from every major hockey league in the world for being too rough and aggressive. What were some of the leagues you were banned from? Yeah, what were some of the leagues?
NHL, AAL, CHL, whatever hockey leagues there were.
Okay.
I came here
Goon,
so I could fight because it was legal.
That's right. And Goon, you fought a lot when you were on the rink, right?
Yep.
Yes. So how come in hockey you throw off your gloves to get in a fight, but yet in wrestling, when most people don't wear gloves, you wore your gloves?
They came off right away, didn't they?
They did not.
You did not.
Not in
Not
the
really.
ring.
No, you wore the gloves. Was it for protection?
They wanted me to sell a gimmick.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the skates, the boots.
They were
Whose
awful.
idea was that, Goon? Whose idea was that, Goon? Did you say, hey, let's make it look like a skate? Let's. What was the idea? Were they real skates? Because you looked like you were skating down the ramp, and then when you stepped onto the mat, it looked like that you were stepping onto the mat. So elaborate.
You want me to really elaborate on that one? Or do we want to talk about the genius that is Vince McMahon?
No. So sorry, Goon. I've got to chime in here. You are on record as saying you were the ones who came up with that skate idea to make your shoes formed like ice skates.
I don't want to talk
Give
about
credit to other people.
I think the Goon has CTE from all his fights.
Probably. Goon, you were only in the WWE for a cup of coffee, as they would say. You lasted about 4 months. Some of your feuds were with Savio Vega, Goldust, 123 Kid, and the Wild Man Mark Mero. Most notably, Mark Mero was your main feud on house shows and even on some TV appearances. You lost every time. Was he just too wild? Were you not goony enough? What was the problem?
I was there to get squashed.
This is riveting interviewing.
Riveting.
Okay.
Riveting.
Goon, you are possibly the worst interview guest I've ever talked to. It's not a surprise.
Try talking to the rest of the hockey players.
I don't know. Slam
I would
Master
talk
Jay
to
was
any
fucking
hockey
on
player
point.
ever.
That interview was fantastic.
Don't blame the interviewee, okay?
Nope.
These were hard-hitting questions.
You want to fight?
Goon, I have a question.
I tried.
Gonna have a question for you. You did have a
Yes.
history of some wins when you first started out. You wrestled local talent, and you won several matches by a cross check outside the ring to win by countout. What was the thinking in trying to win by countout, which seems kind of cowardly, as opposed to going for an actual win?
Yeah. Knowing you
The
would
way I
never
looked
win
at
a
it,
title
a
or
win was
anything
a
like
win.
that.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's fair, I guess.
Better than a yes.
Goon, you're an embarrassment to both professional hockey and professional wrestling, and I wish I never knew you. Please get off my show.
You want to go out back?
Oh, brother.
He's gonna
Don't
put
threaten him
on
with a
his
good
hockey
time.
glove. He's gotta put on the gloves.
Yeah,
That's the
you
part.
gotta
What's
put them on,
happening here.
throw them back off.
Gotta put them on.
Here's my question with the Goon, the whole Goon gimmick, and why was the gimmick to make him? We know hockey players fight. We know they're athletic. They're not afraid to get in a scrap. Why did he have to come out in full hockey gear? Couldn't he just been a guy who played hockey and decided
Right?
to get into pro wrestling?
Leave.
Have
Yeah.
him just
Instead
wear
of-
the hockey pants.
Why would you even do that? He came
Even
down
do
to the
that,
ring.
yeah.
He came straight from practice in his ice skates and all his pads. As you said, kept his gloves on in the match, which makes no sense, and decided to wrestle. I don't get it. Goon was a bad gimmick.
And you
Sorry,
have
Goon.
him
We've had
win by
pro wrestlers
cross-checking
that have-
somebody?
We've had pro football players that have transitioned to wrestling.
Exactly.
Macho Man was a minor league prospect for the Cardinals, and they all took off the gear and put on wrestling trunks and boots, but not the Goon.
Even his
He
intro
just-
music sounded like one of those old
yeah.
ice
Dun,
skating
dun, dun,
rigs.
dun,
The
dun,
organ.
dun, 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 dun.
And they thought they liked it enough. Yeah, he only had, like you said, a cup of coffee or whatever. But like, he came back twice on like anniversary shows. Was it WrestleMania 7 or 8 or
Gimmick
whatever?
Royal
And
Rumble.
then,
Yep.
was it Raw? Raw. One of the anniversaries of Raw. He was eliminated by the Repo Man. Like, what is happening?
Oh,
I don't
that's a story for another day.
understand.
We
Throwback to
Yeah, I
episode
was
1.
just about to
Repo
say.
Man was
Yeah.
our gimmick.
Yep.
I don't know who knows this, but Chris Jericho said this on a podcast when he was in Smoky Valley. Jim Cornette was working with WWE part time, and they offered him this gimmick as a call up. And Jericho, even though he always wanted to be in WWE, turned it down because he knew it was just a hokey gimmick. Yeah. So in hindsight, great call, Jericho.
Yeah.
Because it
Career
could have been
saver.
left with this steaming sack of shit. But yeah, that's all I got for you, Goonie.
So
Okay.
Jeremy as the Goon. I know we transitioned to Jeremy's story, so I might as well try. Do you have any actual hockey experience, Jeremy?
Oh boy. Charlie was there actually last time we played hockey. Out in Brooklyn, playing hockey with the Russians. I was the goalie. Of course, I forgot a cup. That was a very scary day, actually.
I can
That
vouch
was
for that.
terrifying.
We played against of mean Russian people in Brooklyn. Very weird story. Jeremy was our goalie. We played with like a semi-hard roller puck, and he had no cup on, and he like saved like 40 shots.
I
Ice
was
hockey
not
or
roller
skate
hockey.
No,
hockey?
roller hockey.
Oh,
Roller
okay.
hockey.
No,
Yeah.
Brooklyn is not around the corner. What were you doing in Brooklyn with Russians?
Charlie's
There's your first
brother-in-law
no.
and his
That's
brothers.
your first no.
Okay.
My
We went out with
brother-in-law's
Timmy
from
and all
Brooklyn.
them. Yep.
Well, at least we can make a semi tie-in to Jeremy's stories.
Always.
I
Of,
was
Goon,
you
never
guys have that
so
interview
keen
with
at
them.
like Ultra Instinct was on height. Like, it was
I'm
heightened.
sure. I would hope so.
Yes. I was
All right,
I
terrified.
wish he was
well-
on hype for that interview. That was terrible.
Goon Was it?
So I want to go on record and say he made us wait for another like 40 seconds to go back and watch a promo. Where was any of that in anything we just discussed?
Joe saw it.
He had one little piece, the snot below.
Oh, yeah.
You
he used
made
to
us
go like
wait
that.
for a snot blow? That's also a you thing.
No, and the
That's what I was
whole
gonna say.
coast
It's
to
not that
coast and
much-
everything.
It's not that much different than many things we've seen Jeremy do on this
Oh
show.
my
He's used
God.
floss
Jeremy, I
picks.
had good
He's
questions
eating.
for you, like the gloves. You didn't take the gloves
I don't
off.
own
Yeah.
gloves.
What leagues did you get banned from and why? Like, yeah, set you up for
Yes.
bangers.
Naming letters.
That's a
all I
good
can
question
come
too.
up with.
What exactly got him banned from all these
Yeah,
leagues?
why-
What did he do that was
yeah.
so egregious?
He
What'd
was
you do,
fighting,
Goon?
wasn't he?
But there's fighting in hockey every night.
There's tons of fighters.
That's all I got out of it.
Too much.
You try to
Terrible.
stab a guy with your wrestling boots.
I've seen people try and cut people with ice skates.
Yeah, but your ice skates were
in
boot.
Brooklyn with Russians.
Yeah. You're lucky you didn't get cut by ice skates in Brooklyn. with Russians.
That's true.
All right. Well, Goon,
And we've
this
gone off the
interview,
rails again.
this interview was as forgettable as your gimmick. So thank you.
I dressed more appropriately for this than you did. I was more involved.
When Joe had to do Gold Dust, I couldn't breathe because I was laughing too bad. So hard. This, I just want to forget about it.
Thanks.
You did a good Slam Master J though.
Slam Master J was a home run. Yeah.
That one was more natural.
And you just didn't
Yeah.
try at all on this one. You're just
No.
like, the
Yeah.
Goon does what he
It was
wants.
really hard to get that gimmick. The Slam Master J was a pretty easy gimmick because I lived that gimmick at one
Yeah.
point in my life.
Yeah, because that was you. That was you 15
Yeah.
years.
Hey, at least I'm honest.
Jeremy just had to look back at his MySpace pictures from
I
20,
deleted that a long
2007.
time ago. It's all about
This
the
was your
angles.
idea. Dude, this was
Yeah.
your idea. If you're
It
going to
was.
commit, fucking commit.
All right, I'll do
You
a
just want to
better
wear
next
wigs.
time.
That's really, I'm convinced he just wants to dress up and wear wigs and see,
That sounds
see what his
absolutely
next
awful.
adventure in life is going to be.
Sounds
Well,
dumb.
if any
better.
one of us wins, you're getting the stipulation.
I hate you.
100%.
The wig is a good choice, though. It is very Goonish, so I'll give you that
Yes.
much. But next week,
I do like the wig.
when we do Bastion Booger next week, you're coming in full gear.
Oh my god.
Actually, I don't want to see that. Don't do that.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Ugh.
All right. That was our gimmick of the week. Thank you guys for
Sorry.
tuning in.
Yeah, sorry.
We apologize. The Goon,
We
like I said,
apologize.
is a forgettable gimmick. You can forget the interview too. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, email us at squaredcirclequestions@gmail.com. And yeah, I'm gonna hand that to Charlie, and I'm sure we got something Goon related to take us out.
Well, guys, if you lasted this long, you're a real fan, and we
God, I hope
truly
not.
appreciate you. And join us next week for another edition of Squared Circle Spotlight, where gimmicks are golden, merch is not mandatory anymore,
I
and
am the
we
merch.
have terrible wrestlers doing even worse impressions anytime you want.
See you guys next week.
Later.